Up next on the AM show, it's our first conversation. We're going to be having a very, very insightful conversation. We'll be going into the world of business. We'll be looking at entrepreneurship realities in the Southeast. We mentioned earlier that a lot is going on in the business space. A whole lot is going on, and business is getting tougher. And because of how tough Nigeria is, because of how tough the economy is, there is need for everybody to do business at this point. Everybody is CEO of something, CEO of lip gloss. Everybody is diversifying. Everybody is looking for different ways to get more income, because you can't rely on your job. You can't rely on you just can't rely on anything. So business people are coming up every day, startups are coming up every day, and it's important that we analyze and really check whether businesses are thriving, what it really takes to run a business, the realities of it. And joining us to have this conversation is a business expert, a business growth expert, and the CEO Sparks Ventures Hub, Mrs. Chinyere Otuonye. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Welcome to the show. Welcome.
So good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
I've been seeing your works all over. I've been seeing I've seen your flyers. I've seen videos, short videos of you speaking at events, and they are really, really inspiring. I mean, it's an honor.
It's an honor to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll begin this way. Earlier on the show, we were having a conversation about business people. We talked about the death of Fish Magnet, a TikTok guy, a businessman who was also on TikTok promoting his fish business, and he came out and he said he was going to give Very Dark Man some fishes. And after a while, I mean, shortly after that video was made, he got kidnapped and got killed. They demanded a ransom of 10 million naira, which was paid, and they still killed him. So allegations have been made all over the place that it's probably a competitor, someone who found him as a threat. And someone even came to throw more light to the issue and said that he sabotaged other people's business by bringing down the prices of his own fish. And I'm wondering if it makes any sense. I don't know, we're talking about it. Does it make any sense? Are business people not permitted to reduce their prices? Because he said his vision was to make sure that at least every family, every home can afford fish. So he brings down his prices and say, even if it's 5 naira, he's going to gain. No problems. So he attracted a lot of customer, and his business was getting attention, public attention, social media attention. It's quite a sad one. But looking at it from the business perspective, is it wrong for a business person to decide to bring down their price?
Okay, not that it's wrong. Let's not look at it from that perspective. Many people go rogue, especially when they see competitors that are threatening their space, collecting their customers. Because as a business person, you should understand your money, your sales, everything coming in. If you're tracking it, you will know when sales starts dropping. And somehow, if you also have a mole in your competitor's business, they will bring back intel for you, telling you, hey, this person has stolen part of your maybe business process and your customers, if they have those data, and then you are now seen as a real threat. It's sad that that happens to the man, but we are now saying people will go extremes in order to keep their business afloat. You get, but this may be a one-off thing. It may not even be business related. It may be something about security. Probably he saw the faces of the people who kidnapped him. In such cases, they will never let him go, because he will now bring back the police to come and arrest us. So yes, there are so many things. Let's remove our mindset from maybe it's a competitor that did that. There are so many things that would have happened. Competition threat is there, but there are so many things that would have happened.
Okay. So, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, you know, Ogochukwu mentioned something about associations. You know how businesses would have an association and they could make a rule, yes, that regulates their prices.
And their processes.
Exactly.
Yes. So
in such a situation,
it's part of it. I know in the open market, if you do not belong to some associations, you cannot thrive there. Especially if you've even rented a shop, they will let you go. They will force you out of the market, not just let you, force you out. There's this experience I had with somebody I was mentoring. She sells foodstuff. So they have this measuring cup approved by the market association. That's why when you measure what they sold to you in the market with the standard measuring cup, sometimes you will see the difference, and it's huge.
Yeah.
I bought a bag of rice recently, and the person assured me it was 12 painters. By the time I checked the bag, they had really, the sewing went down. I was like, if you're going to check this in video it. And then we measured, it was 10 painter plus, not 12. So the reality of it is, market associations also try to instill these rules. I don't know why, they have their reasons, but if you now bring out the humanity in it and say, I want to be different because this is wrong, they see you as a threat. And they either edge you out of the market, and you cannot sell in any market
Local
space
market.
where, other people sell because you are a threat. And some people brag about it, that I will never cheat you. You see them tell you in the open market, I will never cheat you, but there is still that clause behind. You talked about fortifying yourself. There are so many things around that in the market and business space. I've had my fair share of trials, attacks. People see you that, a woman in this space. I operate in the tech space majorly. So in this space, coming. So you never can tell where the attacks will come, but you just see yourself fall sick. All forms of tests will be conducted
Abortive.
and you are okay, but you cannot stand up from your bed. You move, you collapse. They've done all forms of tests, and what they will tell you is go and pray, because this thing is defying medical analysis and explanation. And by the time you start praying, somehow you just see yourself wake up one morning and you're okay. So how can you explain that? We are traditional.
We are
truly a cultural-based nation. We cannot remove the realities of culture, tradition, and envy in whatever we do. A newborn baby, they envy the baby now.
They do.
Why they say that you born this kind of fine baby? No, just understand that thought process. Why if they say now you born this kind of fine baby? So a lot can happen. If that can be said about a newborn baby, what about you who's making wave? A nobody. And then all of a sudden, you are now on the lips of many people, surely the customers of these business people, or now becoming a voice in that profession or in that industry. You are a threat to somebody without you knowing it and without actually meaning to be. But I give it to people who defy these odds and keep doing things because it has to be done. In business, you're solving a real problem because there are challenges everywhere that brings out the entrepreneurial spirit. Oh, this problem, I have suffered it. And many people are suffering it. What can I do about it? And then you come up with that idea and you test it here, and it's working. And people are patronizing you. And it's solving a real problem. That should be what should be celebrated. Not that it's you or you are from this community. Why must it be this community bringing you out? And then people will want to now come and tell you, hey, come and naturalize in our community. Or they off you because you're bringing out a community that was not known before. There are so many things. But I also bring the poverty mindset up front, because for people who, I like to use the term, believe that it must be them, Marbum, nobody else, it's a poverty mindset. Nobody is an epitome of knowledge. God gives it freely. Or ideas, God gives it freely. If you refuse to act on it, somebody somewhere is already acted or has acted on it, just that it doesn't have the enabling environment. Yes.
Beautiful. I like that we've talked about it deeply and seen it from different angles, right? So, but I want to believe that this is like, as a nation, as Nigerians, this is what we face from time to time. But let's focus now to the Southeast. Is it still the same thing down here in the Southeast? And if it's the same, are there actually small or little advantages of building a business here in the Southeast?
Yes, there are. Well, I give it to the Southeasterners. We are dogged, we are resilient, we adapt to every challenge that we meet. And we also rely on our efforts. That's something I'm proud about the Southeasterners. While we are proud of that, it's also limiting because you see thoughts, processes that you can adapt or adopt into your business and it's not working. You are like, okay, why must I do that? That's the mentality of most Southeast business owners. This is mine. I've been doing this and it's been working for me for years. And I've built a mega billion business from doing those things. And now you see technology coming. You see different trends changing. The market space becoming a global market. And you see someone with this kind of phone that you press that has a very small screen that has built the business of, I don't know, over 20 years and has houses different places. And you're coming to tell the person, adopt digitalization, digital tools for your business, transform your business with digital tools. You can sell to people in China, he's already doing it. You can sell to people in the US, he's already doing it. Without that high level of tech, just phone call. I share my experience at Aba. I went for a digital transformation drive there at Ariaria Market and also Ahiohunu. And we're talking. The market executives were there. One of them, the phone rang. Was that, and he was just laughing, hey, okay, no problem. And I was like, okay, so how much do you make? I just asked, how much do you make? And he was like, roughly 10 million. I was like, oh, okay, in a year? Hey, he was like, oh, lady. So his boy was laughing. And he was like, that's what he makes in a week.
Wow.
If he doesn't make good sales, but he makes that sometimes in a day. And that is why I'm preaching to adopt digital tools. So the business space in Southeast is big, is thriving, is growing. Fundamentally, we have the challenges of infrastructure. Infrastructure, yes, power, which significantly still increases the cost of operations. You need to buy generator fuel, you need to put up other backup
plans,
systems. Then we'll talk about internet. It's growing, it's getting better, same with power, but it is still largely inconsistent. We see the costs. I have friends who are using I don't want to call anyone's name, but they are very, very unreliable when there is a slight change in weather. So it significantly also disrupts business, especially those that relies on technology.
Okay.
How many times have you tried to withdraw money or send money across somebody and then it is still hanging? We suffered that. So there are also other inconsistencies and challenges that businesses in the Southeast face. We see the adoption of technology. Why would I suffer myself and start learning how to use this thing? Even when you learn, you need to get good at it. Digital marketing is a real bottleneck for many businesses. Then we brag about talents, but we see a huge churn of these so-called talents that are not fit for employment.
True.
Whoa.
They carry certificate around.
True.
But they are not work ready. You still need to invest in them and train them on basic skills, communication skills, people skills. They don't know. Imagine where you have somebody working for you and you give the person an assignment. Okay, there's a discussion around that and everyone agrees, this is what we'll do, this is what we'll do, this is my task, this is my task. And then the next thing, not even the next thing, 2-3 days later, the person comes back and tells you, Ma, that's our discussion. I didn't do it, I didn't follow up again because I had a discussion with my husband. My husband advises me that I shouldn't do it. I should call somebody else who knows that person so that the person will not tell, all those kind of, it shouldn't happen in the workplace. Or do a simple letter. Put the letter in an envelope and address the envelope. Many graduates do not know how to write letters or even address an envelope.
Wow,
I suffered that. So I'm sharing experiences. You know, basic skills they lack. But we have how many universities here? How many polytechnics? Higher educational institutions? We have over 50 in the Southeast. Anywhere alone has over 30. So you see these people being churned out into the marketplace that they are not ready for. And you as an employer, you look at this and say, when I train you, especially for single people, single ladies, somebody will just come and marry you and take you away from me. Or you will decide one day, someone shared an experience, that he has God's calling. After 6 months of training, he has God's calling. He's no longer interested in working. So many unprofessional things happen. Then we look at the regulations and legal matters surrounding you operating your business in the Southeast. It's general, but in the Southeast, yes, there's duplicated taxations. And I don't know how many people have experienced touts coming into your place of business, threatening you, and then gathering your equipment that is not even, that shouldn't be a thing of discussion when they want to force you to pay your tax.
Yes.
They come in droves and some scatter things. It's unprofessional. There are things that, and the threats, I've experienced where a supermarket, they come in and with their 2 vehicles, so many people carrying guns, and touts come in and pack 5 bags of rice that they've not paid their tax for that year. And they go away with it. That's for a supermarket. What about the small businesses on it? Well, we know there are so many taxes. Government have the need for these to be paid so that they can also perform their basic duties to the people. But there are ways to go around it. Many people know they should pay, but there should also be education around it.
All right, Ma, for want of time, I mean, this is such a very vast conversation. Multi-dimensional, but unfortunately, we don't have so much time. So I'll just like you to share with us tips. In a few minutes, I mean, we don't even have up to 2 minutes anymore. It's exhausted entirely. And I just got carried away because there was so much to talk about. And I'm really, really thankful that we're digging into the issues. So I'd like you to give us a few tips for business people who are already in business, and starters, people who are trying to get into the business world. Since we've talked about all the disadvantages, we might, it's important that we get to find out the things that we need to know before getting into business or to implement into our businesses.
Okay. First, let me say this. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint-hearted. You don't just stay and dream that you want to have your own freedom, you want to make money that nobody will have control over. Yes, those are part of the benefits of entrepreneurship, but it's not the first. It comes after the sleepless nights. I'm smiling saying it. I'm not like, after the sleepless night, because you wake up and you're solving real problems. You need to train yourself about how to manage the business. Yes, you can make shoes, you can sew clothes. That's just the technical part of it. You need to understand the language that people speak. Your customers, what do they like? There are so many different local contexts. Some people will prefer credit lines. But if you, as a business owner, decide to give everybody that comes your way credit lines, as in they come, you serve them on credit, they don't pay you, later they pay you, will your business survive? So you decide on your operations. Discussing about the operation aspect now, you need to look at positioning your business for opportunities of today. How you can leverage good operational systems, technology, and then the community that you serve. Because you need to also show that you're making positive impact. Some people make negative. So I'm emphasizing on the positive impact. People know you for something good. Wherever you go, all these, I will fight you today. Do you know who I am? No. Whenever they see you, there is a positive thing about you. So they will remember you. When they have such needs, you are the first on their mind. Then, do you have the money to continue that business? Many people find it challenging accessing loans because sometimes they ask you for collaterals that are beyond the funds you're seeking. And then the interest, 20 to 35%, is high. But you can look for support systems where you can get it. Join associations where they get to know you and can also support you with different other incentives. Belong to groups, be active that let people know you. Then be consistent and be patient, because thriving businesses are not built overnight. It's not the MLM something, no. It takes years and you need to learn it. There are secrets about businesses. Every business has a secret. Every business. And the secret may be an open secret, but because you've not
paid attention,
yes, or even done that business over time, or related to people in the same industry, then you are just aloof, you don't know it. Then get a mentor. There's a lot. Get a mentor. Then fail fast. Fail fast. Don't keep dodging. Fail fast so that you can get there, because failure is a strong embodiment in entrepreneurship. There are a lot I can share, but for want of time, I will say, do not faint. Entrepreneurship is good. I tasted it and I'm enjoying it. I have time for family, I have time for myself, I have time for my business. You know, and thank you very much for this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Why do I feel like we should just end the show here?
Continue the whole
This has been
conversation.
so insightful, and I strongly believe that there are angles we haven't quite touched. So perhaps we'll continue this conversation some other time. Thank you so much. That was Mrs. Chinyere Otuonye, business growth expert and the CEO Sparks Ventures Hubs here in Enugu State. Thank you one more time.
Thank you so much.
Up next on the weekend show is our crossover to Ijoma. Ijoma is ready to show us what Okpara Square is looking like. Good morning one more time.